have access to new facilities. We have strong emphasis here at Flinders on practical simulation, and it makes it much more interactive with my peers as well.
Our Paramedicine program is fully accredited through the Paramedicine Board of Australia. It's a good balance between theoretical and clinical content within our program, which gives our graduates a really nice mix and understanding of what's required for the paramedic profession.
Flinders graduates have an amazing reputation nationally and internationally based on those practical simulation skills that have been developed with underpinning clinical reasoning, decision making and physiology knowledge that are here at Flinders. Something here at Flinders is that most of our teaching staff are registered paramedics.
And we feel that's important so that we have a really good understanding of real world and contemporary paramedicine, and we can bring that into the classroom.
Studying paramedicine has definitely made me more patient with people. It's changed me for the better as it's been able to open up my eyes. It's really taught me to just take time with people as well and just listen. Standout moment for me is that we get the opportunity to work with the South Australian Ambulance Service. I think that's really exciting. It's probably one of my favourite parts of the degree. Being able to tie all of the learning that I have done and actually take that out into the real world is a great learning experience, and I think it's one of the key factors of doing this degree.
Being a paramedic is not for everybody. But if you're somebody who's a great communicator,
if you are passionate about helping people
and wants to make an impact on people's lives,
then this is definitely the course for you.
Ngā mani, mā lira ba chiwa. Hello and welcome. Welcome to Flinders University, the College of Medicine and Public Health, and most importantly, welcome to Paramedicine. You are now one of the team. What you'll hopefully come to understand over the course of this afternoon and over the next few weeks is that the team is full of dedicated staff and students who all want you to achieve your very best and ultimately be the best paramedicine graduate that you can possibly be. Good afternoon. My name is Jared Wilkinson. I'm the Bachelor of Paramedicine First Year Coordinator, and I'm also your host today. I'd like to begin by acknowledging the traditional owners of the land on which we meet today, which for those of us here at Bedford Park campus are the Kaurna people, and for our guests watching from Darwin and our campus up there, you're meeting on the lands of the Larrakia people. I also acknowledge all the lands on which Flinders University has campuses, and we will also pay our respects to their elders past, present and emerging. I want to take this time to be the very first to congratulate you. It's a big achievement to be admitted into this degree. It's a very competitive degree to get into. It's a high quality course and you should be very proud of yourselves for making it here. Please make sure you take some time to reflect on all the hard work you have put in already just to get to this point. And friends, family, partners, be sure to tell your loved one how proud of them you are for this achievement. As your first year coordinator, I am just one of the many people who are here to look out for you and help you find your way and your place in this degree within this college at Flinders University. You are, however, going to be required to put in a lot of hard work. You are going to face many challenges. There actually may be tears, but there will also be laughter and a feeling of pride and accomplishment. This is all part of your personal growth and journey to becoming a professional registered paramedic. At times, though, you are going to be confronted with some unpleasant things. That is the nature of the career that you are now beginning. Rest assured that we have the people and processes in place to ensure you are supported every step of the way. I'm also just one of the many staff members who are registered paramedics currently working for SA Ambulance Service or St John NT. I know exactly what you need to do over the next few years to prepare for a long and rewarding career, and I know what you're in for over the course of your study, as I'm also a graduate of this very degree, though for me it's some time ago now. I think some of you probably weren't even born when I started. So I'm getting a little bit old. The session will last for about an hour and a half, just over, and then after we're going to, you're going to have an opportunity to go downstairs into our paramedic labs, meet some of our peer educators, peer mentors again in person, check out the mannequins, do a bit of CPR, interact with some services, organisations from within the university and external, and we're going to have some refreshments in the registration area for you as well. During this presentation shortly, you're going to hear from several speakers from within the degree and some of our external guests as well. So for now, congratulations again, thank you very much, and I'd like to introduce to you our first speaker, Shannon McFarlane, Senior Lecturer and our Bachelor of Paramedicine Course Coordinator.
I didn't realise I was first. Anyway, hello, I'm Shannon McFarlane. Like Jared said, I'm Course Coordinator of the Bachelor of Paramedicine. Additionally, I'm a registered paramedic with SA Ambulance Service and have been working clinically for nearly 14 years now. It's crazy when I say that out loud. So welcome everyone. So paramedicine, we sit sort of within the wider university network under the College of Medicine and Public Health. So you'll see CMPH sort of around quite a bit, so that's what that relates to. So we're a program that sits within the wider university under this college. So you're all here in the internal stream, and for those that are elsewhere, we have other delivery methods. So we've got the BPARAM program, and this I guess is relevant when you start getting into your flow sites. You'll see these sort of little acronyms and what they actually mean. So BPARAM is your course, BPARAM NT is what you can see from the Northern Territory, and the BPARAM REP was the regional SA program. So we've got 3 delivery methods within our paramedicine program. We're a registered profession under AHPRA, which is the governing agency. So we're working obviously towards you being registered paramedics when you graduate, and that comes with accreditation. So we've got strict sort of accreditation guidelines that we abide by, and our curriculum, I guess, is developed and based to meet those accreditation standards. The university has obligations to notify AHPRA if student issues arise, and they're likely to impact their capacity to perform as a paramedic. So again, we've got strict professional guidelines that you guys will come to know quite well, and obviously being an accredited course that you're about to enter into. My role, program delivery, so around assessment and course quality. I also work with the ambulance service as a liaison, students, and a liaison between sort of myself and college exec, and we've got college exec here today to speak to you as well. Degree progression, so any credit or study plans, if you're thinking about going part-time or you need some help and assistance about developing your study plan, you'll come and speak to me. And any sort of credit applications, which a few of you have probably done already from prior study, you can come and speak to me and we can engage a range of other services to get that approved. I'm also here around issue resolution, so around professional behaviours, academic integrity, and obviously your registration as a student moving forward. Some tips from me, we're about student success, so engage with us early. So any issues that you face, please reach out. I'm here as your course coordinator to help resolve those issues. We're here to meet your expectations and obviously our expectations of your study. So like Jared mentioned, it's hard work, all right? So you're committing to your study, but with that is an expectation that it's quite a substantial workload that you're about to enter into. Arrive early for classes. Please don't book travel during teaching periods, exams or sub-exam periods. Sometimes these periods are very difficult to move, and it's an expectation that you're available for those periods. Hopefully by now a lot of you have already ordered your uniform. If not, please get onto that as part of your compliance. But wear your uniform with pride, okay? You can all see that as a paramedic in the ambulance service, we're all in uniform. We wear that with pride, so this starts now. You come to class and wear that uniform with pride. Your clinical placement and compliance, and I'm sure Jared will go into a lot more detail around that, ensure you are ready for placement. So we can't get you started on that placement journey until your compliance documents are with us. So make sure you're ready to do that. Really just here, anything around the course, I teach into second and third year, so I won't see you sort of in a teaching capacity for the first year, but anytime you need any assistance with the things I've just discussed or just to have a general chat, my door's always open to help support you through this journey. Cool.
Thank you very much, Shannon. Okay, now we're going to introduce some of your first year, first semester topic coordinators. We'll start with Jane. She's done a recording for us because she's been tied up at another campus today. So we'll do that and then we'll get into the rest of us. So hopefully the video works. Should.
Hello, good afternoon to all of you who are new to the Paramedicine program. My name is Jane Harford and I'm the topic coordinator for HLTH 1306, Understanding Health and Illness and Health and Social Care in Australia. First, I'd like to apologise for not being there in person today. I'm at City Campus welcoming the health science new commencers there. HLTH 1306 is a topic that introduces you to factors that affect health and also to the Australian healthcare system. These are important bits of knowledge that will help you to develop skills that will be useful to you in your future profession, as they'll contribute to you being able to provide the best possible care. And we'll also spend some time talking about the fact that as you move through your studies, you will be developing an identity both as a user and a provider of services, and we'll start to talk about some of the tensions that might arise from that dual identity. I'm guessing by now that Jared has already said wear your paramedic uniforms with pride, and I would say we would love you to wear them to class, if for no other reason that it helps us to learn your names and find out who you are. There's plenty of ways that you can get in touch with me if you have any questions about the topic. On the flow page there is information about the topic email address, HLTH1306@Flinders, and please don't hesitate to contact me if you have any questions. It's always better to get in touch early than to wait until you're really in a pickle before you seek help or answers to questions. That's enough from me. I look forward to meeting some of you throughout the semester, and I hope you have a fabulous start to your studies at Flinders. Bye for now.
Okay, so now you know who I am. So all of you here who are studying with us this year, if you're doing a full-time load, maybe part-time load as well, I'm going to be taking you for Para 1000, so Introduction to Paramedic Practice. So basically in that topic, who's done any type of CPR, resus training, anything? Okay, that's a good show of numbers. That should make my job very easy then. So basically this topic's going to introduce you to some skills, and we're going to get you up to a pretty decent standard to prepare you for second year, and you're going to be running a cardiac arrest, adult cardiac arrest scenario by the end of the semester. So if you haven't defibrillated, done compression, stuck an advanced airway in, by the end of the semester you will be doing that. We'll put everything in the mix except drugs. For those of you in our regional program and those of you in our Darwin program, you obviously do an intensive for this. You're going to be doing this in 3 days. You'll rock up on the Monday morning, and then by the time you've finished on the Wednesday, you've done your first assessment for the cardiac arrest scenario. And then you have your final assessment at the end of the semester. It's a good, fun, practical topic. You get your hands on and you get yourself straight into the practical stuff, and the lectures and tutorials will support it. I'd like now to introduce Dr. Helen Harrison. Thank you.
That is on. Hi everybody, so I'm the topic coordinator for MMed 1005, How Your Body Works. So I'm a senior lecturer in the College of Medicine and Public Health, but I teach more into our molecular biosciences stream. So I'm also the course coordinator of our medical science program. But within the topic how your body works, what you're essentially going to be doing is literally learning about how your body works. So it's a foundational anatomy and physiology topic. The idea is that you'll learn some of that really important early information that's going to underpin a lot of the rest of the learnings that you'll have throughout your paramedicine degree. So you'll learn about how things work normally, how we should expect them to be working, so that then you can have a better understanding about what happens when things go wrong and why, how does the heart normally beat? Why do we need to get blood flow? How does the heart actually promote blood flow through the body? And that's then going to help why we do CPR make a whole lot more sense. So that's what the topic's about. I will introduce more of how the topic works in your introductory workshops next week. So hopefully you've registered for workshops. It's a large topic, so what you'll end up finding is that you're actually mixed in with a lot of other students, particularly across the College of Medicine and Public Health. So Doctor of Medicine students, clinical science, Doctor of Medical students, medical science students, public health students, and then students from across the whole university. But that actually helps you start practicing your skills in terms of talking to other people and those interprofessional skills, so working in teams with other groups of people who are also interested in heading towards health careers. So hopefully you'll enjoy the topic. If you do have questions, ask away. There's heaps of opportunities to contact me. We're here to support you, and we do work with the paramedicine team to make sure that all of you are meeting your academic requirements and hopefully will be successful throughout your course. As I said, I'm course coordinator of medical science, so if paramedicine doesn't work out, have a chat with me about coming along to medical science. Sorry, Shannon. I think that's all from me, but please do reach out if you need help, and I look forward to working with you all throughout the semester.
Thanks, Helen. All right. And remember, if paramedicine doesn't quite work out, we do have an honours stream if you want to do research as well. All right. I'd also now like to introduce to you Izzy Coldwell. She runs a topic I used to run, which is a really fun topic. I hope so. I think that's on.
Hello. So my name is Isabella, and I'm the topic coordinator of Para 1007. It's called Contemporary Approaches to Lifestyle Management. And the purpose of this course is to explore the concepts, hopefully mostly around building resilience and prioritising your well-being to empower you through the challenges of this profession. And we all know that the work we do as paramedics comes with its own set of these challenges, and some can be really overwhelming. But it's essential that we take a hard look at what we can control really early on in our careers to help mitigate some of these impacts that the challenges could have on our physical and emotional health. But in this line of work, your ability to care for others is also very closely tied with how you care for your future patients. And I hope to inspire you to make self-care and your well-being your priority very early on in your career, because the demands of this job can be really hard. But I also want to provide you with evidence-based research and strategies to help you cope with the difficult times, but actually really thrive in the good ones too. And the goal is to be able to provide excellent patient care for the long haul. So that means strong, healthy, and being able to carry on this rewarding profession for as long as we can. So hopefully we have some fun along the way, and I look forward to meeting you all next week. So yeah.
Thank you very much, Izzy, and again, thanks to Jane and Helen as well. Okay, Karen Lower, or Professor Karen Lower, is our Dean of Education here at the College of Medicine and Public Health, so big welcome for her, please.
Thank you very much. Thank you. Hi, everyone. It's so lovely to see you all here. So I am part of the exec that I think it was Shannon that mentioned. And again, she gave a great introduction to that idea of the college structure. So I guess on behalf of the exec, welcome to Flinders and to Paramedicine. We have 6 colleges at the university. So we have Nursing and Health Sciences, which you'll see a lot of because they're co-located here at Sturt, where many of you will be studying many of your topics. Science and Engineering, Education, Psychology, etc., Business, Government, Law. We are in Medicine and Public Health. So what that means is that we have a number of courses. There's 23. Medicine, of course, public health, medical science, as Helen described. We have biotechnology, clinical education, and of course, importantly, paramedicine. So we're super thrilled to have you here and to be part of the college. So to explain my role, I'm the Dean of Education, and what that means is that I have the responsibility and the privilege of looking after all the education that occurs in the college. So we have about 3,000 students across those 23 courses, and we're also spread, sort of as was mentioned as well, in terms of the delivery. Many of our courses are spread across the country through regional areas and up into Northern Territory as well. So it's a big job, it's a great job, I love it. A lot of it is committee meetings and governance and policy and procedure and things like that, which of course I'm very happy to do, but the thing that really, I guess, fills my cup and helps me look after my well-being and the longevity in the role is things like this, so working with students. To give you a bit of a background to me, so I actually studied at Flinders some 30 years ago now, but it's not where I started. So I actually started at a different degree at a different university in South Australia, and I did the first week, and I was what we call first in family, so that means that none of my parents hadn't been to uni, I didn't have any siblings who'd been to uni, I basically didn't understand uni at all. So I did a week and I had no idea what to do. I didn't know the difference between a tutorial and a lecture. I couldn't find my rooms. I didn't know how to sign up for things, and so I dropped out. So I came back to it, of course. I made my way back to higher ed and through Flinders. I then went on and did my PhD. I have been working in Oxford for an amount of time where I taught over there as well, medicine and medical science students. And then when I wanted to come back to Australia, and that's again now some over 10 years ago, maybe 15 years ago, I made a decision to come back to Flinders exactly for that reason, because it was this university that really gave me the environment, the support and the opportunity to be able to go on and have the amazing career that I did have. So I say all of that because it is the lens, the foundation and the basis that I bring to this role, which is to make sure that every single student in our college doesn't feel the way that I did. So everyone said it, you've got an amazing teaching team, and it's been said again and again and again. If you are not sure, please reach out. If you have questions, please reach out. If you are confused or struggling a little bit, please reach out. This is why we are here. We're here to support you on your educational journey. It's the most important thing that we get to do. And we really want to be able to do that for you. So if you want to, email me. Everyone's names are the same, not everyone's names are the same. The emails work on the same system where it's our names. So it's karen.lower@flinders.edu.au. So I really want you to be able to, by the end of today or the end of this week, list off at least 10 people in the college and in the university that you know that you can go to if you have a question, and I really would love to be one of those 10. So I'm going to hand back to Jared. Thanks for the opportunity. I'm going to hang around for a little while, but then I do need to run off to another meeting, but it's really lovely to see you all, and I really look forward to seeing you on your journey and, in a few years' time at graduation, which is, again, an amazing experience for all of us. So thank you. Thanks, Jared.
Thank you very much. Appreciate it. Okay, some good advice there from Karen. Now, some students who can help you with that support. We've got 4 of them speaking shortly. We have a peer educator and a peer mentor program. Sorry, I didn't put capital in. So I'd like to introduce you to Jack and Lockie, our 2 PMs who are speaking today, or peer mentors, and also Neve and Kyra, our 2 peer educators who are going to speak today as well, and they will go through the support they offer for yourselves as well. That's too long.
Cool, thanks Jared. Hey everyone, I'm Lockie, this is Jack. We're going to talk to you a little bit about peer mentors, but before we do, congrats on being here. It's pretty competitive, you've really done well to get to this point, so give yourselves a little pat on the back, like literally do it. Yeah, nice. Cool. So peer mentors, what are we? What do we do? Basically, we're here to make your lives a little bit easier starting uni, because some of you are coming straight from high school, some of you are coming from the workforce, and some of you haven't studied in maybe like 20 years. So we just want to make that transition a little bit easier for you. To do that, we're just going to basically be a point of call for you throughout the whole first year. So logistically, we're here to help you with stuff on campus, whether that's, finding places to eat, finding the library. We're here to help you with the operating systems that you'll have to use, so Flinders Okta and Flow. It's like a little bit hard to do at first, but you'll get used to it. And we're obviously also here to help you with any sort of clinical questions, which Jack will go over now.
All right, so on the clinical side, we're basically just here to help you guys practice your CPR and all of the other important skills that you're going to learn. We're also here to answer any of those clinical questions which you might have. I know that when I first started in this degree, I had so many questions, and it was so helpful having someone to answer them for me. And if we don't know the answer, we can certainly point you in the direction of the best person to ask. Beyond that, we're also here to just guide and support you. This first 6 weeks of your journey to become a paramedic is fast-paced, it's exciting, and it's a lot of fun, but at times it can definitely be stressful and it can definitely get overwhelming, and that's completely normal. And that's why you have peer mentors like me and Lockie to support you. We're here to offer advice or to just listen if you need it, and we're also here to help you get some additional support if that's something that you require. So if you see one of us around, please don't be a stranger, come up and say hi. We don't bite, well, at least Lockie doesn't. Congratulations on making it to Paramedicine. I look forward to meeting all of you, and I'll hand it over to our next speaker.
Okay, hello everyone. My name is Kyra.
I'm Neve.
And we're a part of the team of peer educators. So a little bit about us. We're currently second year students that were sitting exactly where you were a year ago, eagerly waiting our academic year to begin. So as peer educators, we'll be in your practical classes, where our main role is to assist in the delivery of practical content, help refine your clinical skills, answer questions, and provide any extra educational support. This means we'll be sitting alongside a tutor during the practical classes to help teach you the basics of healthcare by assisting in the explanation and demonstration of clinical skills and scenarios.
You're also always welcome to get in contact with us or any of the other educators if you'd like help in practicing or refining a skill or scenario. We can organise a time to go to the simulation rooms and run practice scenarios to consolidate your learning. We have all been in your shoes not very long ago and not blinded to the challenge of moving into university. We understand how it can be difficult to adapt to a practical learning style and are here to support the adjustment to this structure of study. Some skills such as taking manual blood pressure can take more time to develop. As others did for us last year, we want to help ensure that you become confident in these skills, so we're always happy to volunteer as patient and lend you an arm.
So starting next Friday, you'll find us in the Para 1000 practical classes. So as Jack said, feel free to come say hi and introduce yourselves. Same thing, we don't bite. Thank you.
All right, thank you very much to Jack, Lockie, Neve and Kyra for that. For your information, you are all eligible by the end of the year to apply to be a peer educator next year as second year students, and end of next year when you finish second year you'll be able to apply to be a peer mentor if you so wish. So a lot of our peer educators and peer mentor have had a good positive experience from being in the shoes you are now, and hence they've moved on to this role. It's a very important role that we have and we appreciate their time and effort. Okay, I'd now like to introduce Melissa, who's our Wellbeing and Student Success Advisor. Thank you. Not here yet? All right. It's Alicia. I think I heard Alicia. All right, apologies for that. We'll come back. Alex. This doesn't look good, does it? They all got sent the times, mate. There we go. Alex has never let me down. Sorry, mate. Thanks, Alex. I think that's... I'm not sure that's on.
Not on? We're on. All right, sorry. I just rushed here, so I'm a little out of breath. But it'll work because I've got a ton to get through. So I apologise for talking quickly and racing through my slides. First off, I'll talk about the gym. When you go up there, it's an absolute maze, so if you get lost, you did the right thing. There's 6 different spaces, maybe 7. First off, the weights room. We just renovated this, spent $250,000 on the main weights room. It's 18 months old, but looking really clean. If you're into heavy strength training, we've got premium bars and plates. If you're a beginner, we've got plenty of machines and an intro program to help you get started. It starts at $8 a week and it's a no lock-in contract. It's also 24/7. That's level 1. Level 2 is a cardio room. We renovated that literally on Friday before a week. It was a dumb idea, but it happened. Brand new gear, women's only gym. Also getting a reno probably next week, week 1. Also not a good idea, but it's going to happen. A space for women to train when level 1's busy, or if they just want to train in a women's only environment. We run strength classes for women in that space, and it's just a good space to spread out some of our members. All right, and group fitness. There's like 12 different group fitness classes. I'm not going to list them all off just at this minute. And there's like 3 different rooms. So that top right room, that's our main group fitness studio. We do body pump, mat Pilates, and then those Les Mills style classes. The one on the right, hang on your left, is our new spin studio. So same deal, brand new bikes, brand new studio. That's part of just your bronze membership. So for $8 a week, you get all those classes. But then there's a few additions. So we've got a bronze, and now we've got our silver offering. So it gets a little confusing around memberships. But the most important thing is $8 a week is your student membership, free cancellation anytime. So rejuvenate space. People always talk about recovery these days. It's finally in vogue. We've got a sauna, Normatec boots, massage chair, and a meditation chair that gets neglected a little bit. But it's a good space. That's part of silver. As well as our silver membership, you can do Reformer Pilates. So very in vogue at the minute. We've got 32 classes on our timetable, and we're adding them all the time. It's the cheapest Reformer studio in the country, but we've got really good quality instructors, as well as the silver membership. So you can get this on silver, so it's like $15 a week for students, or you've got your packs up there, you've got your 5 or your 10. If you do the silver, you get access to the regular gym, all those other group fitness classes, so it's a pretty crazy deal. For the staff and those that aren't students, you've got access to all this too. It's just like an extra $5 a week. So it's not going to break the bank. You can book in, so you are guaranteed a spot. The bunker, another space. It's a separate gym underneath the basketball court, and we use it for 2 things. The bunker is one, which is our strength and conditioning offering. So if you're familiar with the Yard or Club 98 or those S&C style facilities, it's very much that. Lift heavy barbells, gymnastics, some conditioning. It's good fun. Then we've got clubs. So we've got 22 different sporting clubs. We just added bouldering. If the club's not up there and you want to be a president, you can technically start your own club. You need 10 members and 2 other people to be on your committee and you're off. There's a limitation. We've had some pretty outrageous club applications, but they're up there. If you want to hit them up, we can chat about it after, but I'd recommend just going to our website. There's a link to every club on the website. These are also for non-students. So they're probably about 50-50. They've got their own memberships, they've got their own standards. So volleyball is good for a beginner right up to advanced, whereas some of them are quite advanced and some are just really casual. Like badminton's pretty much just a casual vibe having a hit up on our basketball court. All right, uni sport nationals. My big regret at uni is not going to nationals. So this year it's in the Gold Coast, last year it was in Canberra, wasn't a huge uptake. Gold Coast should be good, so it's a week long. If you played a sport at a regular community level for a year, you can be in uni nationals. It's not an elite program, it's more about networking with uni students and having fun as a group on the Gold Coast. So I'd recommend doing that. You can see it's $5.30, that gets you your night's accommodation, a shirt, and then a fair bit of other support and a few meals. SA Challenge is our local version of that. You don't have to have ever played any of these sports before, you just have to want to have fun with friends and hopefully beat the other unis while there's still multiple unis in the state. But that's good fun, but more casual. The Athlete Development Program. This is my baby. If you're a state level athlete or above, we had some Olympians in this program, you can come and apply for a scholarship. There's 60 scholarships, you get a free gym membership, free access to the recovery space, and most important things, you get free tailored programming to your sport, your injury history, and your background. We do 8 hours of in-person coaching, but if you're a remote athlete, we can also support you through this. Highly recommend, if you're unsure, apply. We can always give you feedback on how to get in next year. That closes on the 8th, not the 4th. I think that's last year's date. Last couple. We've got the wellness. We do random events throughout the campus. If you're interested in ice baths, recovery seminars, we did, Modem, which is there on the screen. That's a movement-based seminar that's wicked. Follow us on socials. We do random activities all over the campus. We've also got allied health with physio, massage, dietetics. Our biggest event of the year is City to Bay. We had a couple hundred people do City to Bay representing the uni. You get a discount off your registration fee, a singlet, free running programs. We do seminars on rehab, prehab, get strong as a runner. We also do a free running club here on campus. That's all from me. I'm going to hang around after, so if you have any questions on all that stuff, I probably went over my time anyway, but thanks for your time.
All right, I think the only thing they need, who here's a mature age student? All right, I think the only thing they need to do is come up with a mature age elite athlete development program, and I think that'll help probably the other 20 or 30% of us here. Okay, we're going to go back now, just a little bit, and we have Mel who's our Student Success and Wellbeing Advisor. Thank you.
Hey everybody, how you going? You sick of this room yet? My name is Mel. I'm Student Success and Wellbeing Advisor for the College of Medicine and Public Health and the College of Nursing Health Sciences. My role at the uni is sort of what this boring slide says, but I guess I want to expand on it a little bit for you. I think of myself as a link. I'm a link to information, I'm a link to resources, I'm a link to other support services at the uni. And I assist you kind of when life gets wobbly. So I'm sure most of you are here and really excited and looking forward to having an amazing year. But we know that you don't study independently of other things going on in your life. For many of you, you might be juggling work, you might be juggling family responsibilities, you might have moved from interstate or from regionally, and you're having to adjust to a number of things. And I'm sure that your heads are just exploding at the moment with all of the information that's being thrown at you. Unfortunately, it's going to continue. There's going to be a lot of information coming your way in the coming weeks and in this next semester and the year after that and the year after that. So, when life does get a little bit wobbly, if you're feeling at all overwhelmed, if you're managing any sort of neurodiversity, if you just need someone to talk to and you're not sure who to ask, you can come and have a chat with me. You can book in with me for an in-person, a phone or an MS Teams appointment, Monday through Friday. On Tuesdays I'm here at Sturt. On Thursdays I'm over at the College of Medicine and Public Health in the hospital. Other days I'm up on main campus. Happy to talk with you through anything. The types of things we might do is we'll talk through any challenges that you're facing, and then between you and me we'll work out some priorities. So what might you need to do first, what might you need to do second, and how do you feel about doing them yourself? Some of them might be just an email to your topic coordinator, and other times it might be helping you navigate to get an access plan through disability services. And for some students it's a number of things. So it might be connecting with financial support through the Students Association, it might be speaking to a counsellor, it might be talking to someone about accommodation options, it might just really be someone to check in and make sure that you're doing what you need to do. The other times when you might hear from me is if one of your teachers is a bit concerned about you. So if everything's going along really nicely and you're engaging and talking and submitting everything and then suddenly you disappear or you stop responding, they might get a little bit worried, especially in this degree. They might get a little bit worried if you disappear. And so that might be a time when they've tried to contact you and can't. They might say, Mel, can you try and contact this student and see what's going on? So that might be a time when you hear from me. Another time when you might hear from me is if you're really in struggle town and you fail a couple of topics, because that can really impact how you progress through this degree. So that might also be a time where I touch base with you and say, look, how can we support you? Maybe you've been trying to progress along with ADHD without an access plan and thinking, nope, I don't need it, I can do this. And maybe we have that discussion about, well, let's get you an access plan, let's see what else we can put in place for you. Another time that you're going to hear from me is in week 3. You're going to get a text message that says, how's life going at Flinders? Reply 1 for a phone call, reply 2 for an email. If you have any questions whatsoever about anything to do with being here at Flinders, please respond to that text. I will say there's only 3 of us looking after that service, so it might take us 3 or 4 days to get back to you, but we will get back to you. And we'll email you if you request email at your Flinders email address, so make sure you keep an eye on it. Lastly, I'll just mention this Student Support and Services Directory that we've released kind of this week. So you're being thrown a lot of information today and next week and in the coming weeks, and this lists every support service at the uni with a QR code to their website, how to access them. I'm on page 10. if you feel like you need something tangible to take home and put on a desk somewhere that you can come back to later when things do get a little bit wobbly, then please do grab one. I believe they'll also be available next week in Connect Week. And if you can't find one, send me an email, supportnetwork@flinders.edu.au, and I'll get one to you. Best of luck for the semester, and don't hesitate to reach out if you need anything at all. Thanks.
Thanks, Mel. Okay, next I'd like to introduce Alicia. She's going to speak to you about Younger Inthi student engagement. Thank you.
Hi everybody, and welcome. My name's Alicia, and I am a Ngarrindjeri woman, so I've got connections to the Murray-Lands region in South Australia, but I now live and work on Kaurna country. So Flinders University acknowledges the traditional owners and custodians of the land in which all the campuses are located in South Australia and the Northern Territory, and I also pay my respects to elders, past, present and emerging, but I'd also like to extend that out to any First Nations people in the room today or those joining us online. So what is Younger Inthi? It's a name given to us by Kaurna elders, and it means to impart knowledge, to communicate and to inform. So we are a student centre, and we do support over 400 Aboriginal and Torres Strait Islander students across all campuses and online. So the Indigenous Student Success Officers work directly with students, so it's very one-on-one tailored support. We provide academic and wellbeing support, pastoral care, advocacy, and we follow students across what's called the student life cycle. So from when they enrol, during their studies, graduation and then into employment. So I am the Senior Indigenous Student Success Officer, and I work very closely with students in the College of Medicine, Public Health and Nursing Health Sciences. Kellyanne Brown, she is the ISSO in Darwin, so she supports all NT-based students, including those who are remote, rural and online. Just a little bit about what we do. This is just a bit of a snapshot. We've got a Younger Inthi tutorial program, so that offers our students free tutoring. So basically it connects students with a tutor who has expertise in that area, topic or course. The Deadly Study Skills program, that provides broad study support, so assistance with referencing, academic writing, and even just assisting with that transition to university. We also run a bunch of student events throughout the year. So student lunches are fortnightly. We've got an end-of-year event. We've got elders on campus. We assist students with accommodation, scholarships, financial support, and there is also opportunities for our students to become student ambassadors and also work as a tutor. I'm just going to go through the student spaces. So we do have a culturally safe space here at Sturt. It is in the south wing, so S214. It's a beautiful little space, and it's really great for quiet study, tutoring, group work. But yeah, a lovely space there. We've got the Tilbrookie Student Lounge, so this is a student space on the main campus, on the Bedford Park campus. It's on level 3, so opposite health, counselling and disability. It is 24/7 access, so all the students swipe in, so it's swipe card access, and that applies to all of the student spaces. We've got the Younger Inthi room in Darwin as well. It's a gorgeous space, and again, this space is for the NT students, but also students who are in Darwin on placement as well. So that beautiful space. And that's it from me. So just a bit of a snapshot, but welcome, and hope you all have a wonderful day. Thank you.
Okay, thank you very much. So, I'd now like to bring out health counselling and disability services. Thank you.
Hi everyone, my name's Hannah and I'm from the counselling team. I'm here to talk to you about all the services available through health counselling and disability. There's a bit to get through, so I'm just going to whip through it and then I'll be downstairs if you've got any questions or want to pick up any resources. So I'll start with the health service. We've got a team of several GPs and a couple of nurses. They're available Monday to Friday, 9 to 5, except for about 2 weeks over Christmas when they close. All the usual GP services are available through there, and it's a bulk billed service, which is really handy for students. You can also access telehealth appointments as long as you've had an in-person appointment in the last 12 months. If you want to book an appointment, you can either call through that reception number, which is the same number for all health counselling and disability services, or you can actually go in person. The service is located up at Bedford, next to the gym. If you're facing the gym entrance, it's just on your left, up on level 3, so you can go in to make an appointment there. They're also at the moment running an immunisation clinic, which is handy for placement, so I'd recommend contacting and booking an appointment to get that started. In the same location, we also have pathology services. They're available 3 days a week, Monday, Wednesday and Thursday from 9 a.m. to 12 p.m. But over the next 3-4 weeks, it's going to be available same days but up until 3 p.m. You can always call through if you're not sure and you want to double check if they're there. And that's just rock up. There's no appointment bookings, just come and take a number. Then there's the counselling services. We provide a brief counselling to students. It's free and confidential, so it's separate to the academic side of uni unless you wanted us to be able to liaise with academics. That would require your consent. The team's made up of a mixture of social workers and psychologists, and people come to see us for a whole range of issues related to study and also their personal lives. There's some examples up there. Our appointments are available 9:30 a.m. and then the last appointment starts at 3 p.m. Monday to Friday, and that can be in person, over Teams or phone, whatever's suitable for you. We also have duty counsellors on Monday to Friday, 9 to 5, who are available for more urgent concerns and also do the intake for the counselling service. So if you've got any wellbeing or mental health concerns at all, please feel free to reach out and a duty counsellor will talk it through with you and talk through the support options. You can also go to the website and lodge a request form for support, and a duty counsellor will be in touch. Also on that, we do also currently have visiting psychologists as part of the health service who can see students bulk billed under a mental health care plan under Medicare and some overseas health cover providers as well. We also have a counsellor based up in the NT, Sarah Hogg. She works Mondays and Wednesdays and she's based at the CDU campus. Appointments can be made through the same way, through our website or emailing counselling or calling the phone number for health counselling and disability services. As well as that in-person support, there's also quite a range of workshops and group programs. Those are both online and in person. There's Studyology, that's around procrastination. That's an online program. We've also got an ADHD support group, which started last year and ran both semesters. Was quite successful. That's a 10-week program, only available in person. Mindfulness for Academic Success, which can be a 5-week program, but there's also some drop-in sessions. And there's another one called Life Hacks, which is a drop-in session with a different topic every week. Those are usually run out of the Oasis Wellbeing Centre up at Bedford. There's also a whole range of really helpful news articles on the blog. You can also subscribe to that, and I'd recommend it. There's also updates about groups and activities that are happening there. Then we've got the Disability Services team, who can help any student with a physical or mental health condition, or who is the carer for someone who has a physical or mental health condition, with adjustments that can help improve access to study. Those can be formalised through what's called an access plan, which is an agreement of adjustments that the university is going to make. They also provide ongoing support and advocacy if there's any issues that arise in relation to that. Then we've got the Student Equal Opportunity Advisor, whose role is to provide information and advice to students who might have experienced bullying, discrimination, harassment, including sexual harassment, and victimisation. It can be around anything to do with staff or other students, and they can provide information about the options on different actions that you could take in regards to that, and support you through the process as well. It's the same phone number, but there's a direct email address, studenteo@flinders.edu.au. And finally, there's the out-of-hours crisis line. So that's available to students 24/7 on the weekend and public holidays as well. And they're also available from 5 p.m. to 9 a.m. Monday to Friday. And they're there for anyone who's experiencing distress, having thoughts of harming themselves, or mental health concerns. You can call them or you can text them. They're not staffed by the counselling team, but they are connected to us, so they do let us know if someone's contacted, just so we can follow up if that's required afterwards. And that about wraps it up. What I'd say is all these services, there's links to that through the new Better You website. That's better with the letter U afterwards. So if you head there, you can get to any of information about any of these supports from there. And I'll also be downstairs with a lot of resources that you can take. But I wish you all the best for this year, and please don't hesitate to reach out if needed. Thanks.
Okay, and also in, I think, week 3 we've got it scheduled. We're going to have someone from Health and Counselling, I think it's Chris, and SA Ambulance Service come in, and we'll go through the peer support program that SA Ambulance Service and NT St John offer, and how it ties in with the Health and Counselling Service in case something pops up on placement. Okay, I'd now like to introduce Ali from FUSA. Thank you.
Hi everybody, thanks so much for having me. My name's Ali, I'm an advocate from FUSA. I really hate public speaking, but I guess if I'm going to have a heart attack, this is a pretty good place to have it. So let's see how we go. I'm going to talk to you a little bit about what FUSA does. So we do a lot, but I'll try to sort of compact it as best I can. FUSA is the Flinders University Student Association. So in other words, we're the student union. That might be a word that's a bit more familiar. And the student union does these things. So we are the body at uni who represents students, so we represent your rights and your interests. We have a certain level of independence from the rest of the university, not full independence yet, but we're kind of halfway through that process. And we do a lot of things. So let's talk about what we do. Student Council, so they're your elected representatives. So every year there's an election, so every October you'll all be bombarded with information about who to vote for. If you're feeling a little political, you can also run for a position on council. They have a really wide variety of elected representatives. We have a women's officer, queer officer, disability officer. The lad in the orange t-shirt's Nate, he's our current student president. And they have to respond to you. If you've got concerns about a particular issue on campus, something you think is a bit underrepresented, you can contact them and they have to respond to you. So that's what they do. Student representation is a really excellent program at Flinders. So not every university does this. It's run by a couple of amazing humans who are absolutely devoted to the idea of students being fully engaged and participating in the way that you guys are taught and assessed and the way the uni runs. It's not just a tokenistic thing of being able to say, hey, we asked students for this. It's about getting students fully involved in a great deal of different ways that unis run. For instance, topic reps. So if you felt like you wanted to put your hand up to be representative of one of your topics, you can do that through these guys. They also run really cool development grants. So if you ever want some money to be able to go on a conference or find some other activity that helps with your development as a student, there's money available for that as well. That's a little bit more about how student reps work, so that you're kind of a conduit between your lecturers and the rest of your cohort. So there's a bit of work involved with that if you put your hand up for it, but it's a really worthwhile thing to do, and a lot of students feel like they're really playing an important part to get student voice heard. This is my gig, so I'm one of the advocates, and what we do is we explain to you what your rights are under uni policy. So university policy is really, really boring. You're probably not going to sit down and read it. You're only going to be aware of it until it impacts you personally, but we know a lot about it. So if you feel like a grade is wrong, if you feel like you have received something from the university and you don't know how to respond to it, if you have received an email that advises you of an academic integrity problem, and that's becoming more and more common, we can advise you through that whole process. You don't have to go through that alone. So basically anything that you feel, I'm not sure what my rights are here, like that doesn't seem quite fair, we're the people who can advise you on that, and it's free and independent and completely confidential. So we can never act on anything you tell us unless you specifically ask us to. The other really cool thing we do is financial counselling. So not every union in Australia for students has a financial counsellor. She's great. She's going to be with me on the table downstairs, so you can come and have a chat with her. She provides a really big range of services: budgeting, emergency financial assistance, $500 interest-free loans if you're ever stuck with an unexpected expense. There's a $500 grant every year for second years and above. And she's able to also intervene if you're having trouble with a creditor. So if you're getting scary letters about your finances, because she's a registered counsellor, she can get involved and help sort that out. Clubs are awesome. We have a lot of them, I think about 80. So they're really, really great for connecting with other people outside of your cohort. If you think that maybe there's not a club that fits with what you're into, you can make one. And our lovely, lovely clubs officers can help you do that. They can explain how that happens, get you some funding, get you up and running. They run amazing events all year, and it's just a really lovely way to connect with students. Events, that's the fun stuff. So much of O Week is us. We do a lot of stuff throughout the year though, lots of pop-ups, lots of stuff at the TAV, stuff here. We do think about STIRT as often as we can, but there's a lot of stuff going on all year, and our socials are a really good way to keep track of what we're doing. Lots of free food giveaways, exam support, which is just making sure you've got brekkie before your exam. So a lot of stuff happens throughout the year. And ET. So if you have any time and you felt like writing a poem or taking a photo or writing a story, you can submit to ET. Currently it's run by, I think we have 4 editors this year, and they do a really good job as well. So if any creatives, put your hand up. And that's pretty much a very rapid overview of FUSA. Thank you.
And I think yesterday, I know the FUSA were downstairs with a barbecue and popcorn, so I'm not sure if they're still doing that today. Okay, next I'd like to introduce some students from the Flinders University Rural Health Society. So for those of you in our rural regional program, this will be good for you. So Isla, one of our second year paramedic students, will start you off. Thank you.
Hi everybody, I'm going to pass over to Rebecca and we'll tell you all about what FERS is.
So hi, I'm Rebecca. I'm the paramedicine representative for the Rural Health Society. This is Isla, who is our co-president, and Emma, who is one of our events coordinators. They're going to tell you about all the fun things that we do. And there will be our contact details up at the end if you do want to contact, ask any questions, anything like that. But yeah, I'll hand you over.
So as I said, today I'm going to talk to you all about FERS, who we are and what we do. So who are we? FERS is a club under the National Rural Health Student Network. We are a cross-faculty society that hosts a range of social and formal events aimed to give you a taste of all of the fantastic opportunities and lifestyles that rural Australia has to offer. This club is for both metropolitan-based and rural regional-based students. We hold various events throughout the year and facilitate amazing opportunities such as the RFDS Ride-Along program and clinical skills weekends. To elaborate more on this, I'm going to hand it over to Emma.
Hi everyone. So starting in May, we're partnering with Adelaide University and UniSA to host our Tri-Club Cocktail Night. This event will feature speakers from various health disciplines who have built successful careers in rural health. They'll be sharing their career journey and also offering some valuable advice. It's also a great chance to network with like-minded students from other universities. Then at the end of July, we'll be hosting our annual Emergency Medicine and Retrieval Night. This is a hands-on event that will offer you the chance to work in teams to solve medical scenarios frequently faced in rural areas. Then in August, we have our Allied Health Night, where we'll team up for a trivia night, followed by insights from some rural allied health professionals. Then our biggest event of the year is the Riverland Camp in October, where you'll have the chance to spend a weekend immersed in a rural community, exploring local healthcare practices, alongside students from various year levels and healthcare disciplines. Here you'll be able to develop new clinical skills at the local hospital and enjoy activities such as bushwalking and canoeing. Throughout the year, we also run high school visits where we talk to rural students about potentially pursuing careers in healthcare. This is a rewarding opportunity to give back and share some of your knowledge. Some new events we're hosting this year include our Allied Health Welcome Lunch and some hikes with Adelaide University. We'll also be holding an Indigenous engagement event this year where both Indigenous and non-Indigenous students can learn about Indigenous health practices and how to provide culturally appropriate care. So we hope to see you at some of our events.
Perfect. So, why should you get involved with FERS? As you have just heard, we offer many opportunities that will benefit both you and the rural and regional communities that you engage with. There are so many opportunities to share your passion for healthcare. You are able to engage in hands-on clinical learning, make connections with your fellow peers, and network with health professionals. And through joining our committee, you will have the opportunity to lead events and have your say. This year, we have particular emphasis on engaging our allied health students. You do not have to be regionally or rurally based to join. FERS is for everyone. We have several positions going in our committee at the moment for both metro and rural students, one of which is the Paramedicine representative position alongside Rebecca. This year, we have the exciting new addition of subcommittees on our Greater Green Triangle and Mount Gambier campuses. So for our South Australian rurally based students, this is for you. These committees serve as a link between FERS Adelaide and our rural regional campuses. The subcommittees will liaise with us, encourage engagements in our event, and get to design and host an event of their own on their own campus. The structure of these committees will have a president, 2 medicine students, and 3 allied health students. Please sign up. We would love to have your input. For those of you who would like to participate in events but organisation isn't your thing, that's okay. You can become a member of FERS through the NRHSN using this QR code here. This will allow you to participate in our events throughout the year. We keep everybody updated on our upcoming events through our social media pages, so follow us on Instagram and Facebook too. If you are interested in a committee position, please use these QR codes to our Google Forms to nominate yourselves. Nominations close on Friday the 14th of March at 5 p.m, with voting closing on the 21st. We would absolutely love to have more paramedicine students on board. If anyone has any questions, please feel free to either ask now or contact us via our emails. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Really appreciate it. Lots of support and services and fun things to do while you're here. I'd now like to introduce some speakers from the Flinders University Student Paramedic Association, also known as FUSPA. Maddie is, I'm going to start. Thank you.
Hello, everyone. My name's Maddie, and I am the president this year of the Flinders University Student Paramedic Association, or FUSPA. Today I'm just going to be outlining what FUSPA does, touch on the student life side of paramedicine, and tell you how you can get involved if you would like to. I'd also like to say a big congratulations and welcome to everyone here. It's a super competitive degree, and I know you've all worked very hard to get here, so it's very exciting, and I hope you'll enjoy your experience. FUSPA is the student representative body of the paramedicine degree at Flinders. Our purpose is to advocate for you and provide a channel of communication between students and teaching staff. On top of this, we are responsible for all of the paramedicine merchandise that you will see people walking around in, and also the organisation and facilitation of both educational and social events throughout the year. A little bit about our history. FUSPA was established in 2007. Its founding committee members actually included some of the teaching staff that are here today. We've been through a few changes since, however, our purpose has remained the same. One of the big changes in the past couple of years has been the logo. This logo was made to honour Stafford Wolf. He was a fellow student and a previous president of FUSPA as well, and Stafford sadly passed away in 2022. The wolf symbol in the middle of the logo represents the values of loyalty, wisdom and intelligence, which are very appropriate for this degree. You'll see this logo on our merchandise and in various other spaces during your time here, and that's just sort of to pay tribute to someone who made a very big impact on this degree. To talk a little bit about who we are now, we currently have 7 committee members, myself, Angus, Michael, who is not here at the moment, Lila and Mary, and then 2 new people this year. We've also got Grace and Tom. Every year we open applications for 3 first-year representatives, and this year we'll be hopefully looking for 2 representatives from the NT and 1 from our regional stream as well. That's fine. We'll touch on the application process at the end. As I said before, we play a really important role with the communication between students and staff. We regularly liaise with and are in contact with all members of the paramedicine teaching team here, and are ultimately here for you guys and your student experience. You can access us at any time by emailing us or going through our socials. We will always endeavour to get back to you as soon as we can. Before we get into the events hosted by us, we have also got our online merchandise, which will be opening within the first 2 weeks of the semester. This has an option for shipping and collection at uni, and these are only on sale for a short period. So if you'd like anything, keep an eye out. Our events are also a key part of who we are and are very popular with students from every year. They're a great way to meet students and develop clinical skills and experience things you may not be able to in the classroom. I'll quickly go through some of our events which will be free for members this year. Starting with our brand new Clinical Skills Night this year, we'll see the introduction of monthly Clinical Skills Nights utilising experienced professionals to conduct hand-on workshops for skills. These can include cannulation, wound care, interpreting ECGs, which is very valuable, respiratory conditions, and many more. We hold CFS Day every year with the Burnside CFS Station for a full day of high-acuity MVA simulations. Students work with paramedics and the fireys cutting apart wrecked cars and treating a variety of patients. This is a great hands-on event which we've had really good feedback for in the past, and it's perfect for first years who may not get real-life exposure of these cases until later on. Internship night is another huge event for us and one that's very important. This is a night where we get SA ambulance personnel into the uni to speak about the crucial internship process, including the interview, the documents that you'll submit, as well as the actual internship itself. We also reach out to people from other states and talk about their internship and the process around that as well. Once again, first years can benefit so much from learning about this early on, and we can't recommend it enough. MedStar Days are another popular event we've been involved in the past, where students have had the chance to tour the MedStar base and see our MedStar paramedics and SOTs in practice, which there have already been a couple of, as well as see all the behind the scenes that goes on. We regularly have opportunities to volunteer for MedStar training days, as well as assisting incoming doctors with simulations and scenarios, so keep an eye out for any of those chances. They will be advertised. Our social events also cannot be forgotten about. We run 2 pub crawls a year, which are always popular and a great way for first years to meet some peers in a more relaxed environment. We'll be releasing information about our first 2025 pub crawl very soon, so keep your eyes out for that. And our last and biggest event of the year is the end of year ball, which we hosted at Adelaide Oval last year. This is a chance to dress up and celebrate your inevitable hard work throughout the year, and our planning is already underway, so we can't wait to see you all there. To join us, memberships will be open from today on our website. These are $20 for the whole year, and it will grant you access to free tickets for members-only events such as the Clinical Skills Nights, CFS Days, and others we're planning for this year. We're endeavouring this year to have all clinical events free for members so that everyone can get involved. Members will also receive discounts on social events that come through, and we'll be creating a members-only mailing list that includes regular updates on things going into the uni, plus avenues for feedback. Our members allow our FUSPA to continue what we do, so thank you in advance for anyone who wants to sign up. As I said, we are also looking for 3 first-year committee members and hopefully 2 NT representatives and 1 regional, or anyone who's interested, NT and regional. Applications will be open on our website very soon. Joining the committee is a great way to get involved in the degree. It's a 3-year position, so you're able to progress into an executive role as you move through. If you'd like to try something new, take on a leadership role and develop connections with staff and those outside the degree as well, this is a really great experience, and we really encourage everyone to have a look into it and can't wait to read all of your applications. And finally, we will invite you to join our 2025 FUSPA Facebook page, where all updates will be posted. It's a really valuable communication. You can search up on Facebook or find one of us downstairs afterwards at our stall, and we will update you on all of that. If you don't use Facebook, obviously send us an email and we can add you to our emailing list for anything that comes through. But it would really be great to see all of you involved. And once again, a massive congratulations. Can't wait to meet all of you in your classes and outside classes, and feel free and come and talk to us anytime you want to. Well done.
Thanks so much. Thanks, Mandy.
Thanks, Jared.
Okay, I'd now like to invite Justin up to stage. He's going to talk to you about the Australasian College of Paramedicine, or ACP, the paramedicine professional body. Thank you.
Thank you. Hi, everyone. My name's Justin Horello. Lucky me, I get to try and put more information to your already full cup. I see a bit of a glazed look already, but that's good. I think the big takeaway that I want you to take from me today is that the Australasian College of Paramedicine is a thing. So we represent paramedics from both student paramedics and full-time paramedics that are working from across Australia and New Zealand. And we basically help you with progression of your career and education. So I'll dive a little bit into it. Like I said, we're the peak professional body for all paramedics. There's about 20,000 paramedics and paramedic students across Australia. And the thinking is that one of you alone, your voice can easily be overshadowed and not heard. But the 20,000 paramedics together, hopefully our voice is loud enough that we can make changes with government and things like that to make it so that we have more opportunities for our career. So we support students and graduate and registered paramedics as well as allied health professions. Just anyone that's interested in paramedicine they're eligible to become members. We have a big focus on leadership, advocacy, research, and just general career development. Obviously, you guys are day one of student paramedics, so your career hasn't really had a chance to develop yet, but we do want to help you with that. So we do have a few different programs that we offer to all of our members. The big thing that we do is education. When you're a paramedic, you have to get registered every single year with the registration body, with APRA, and the college provides continuing professional development to all paramedics that are members. You have to have a certain amount each year, and we make sure that you get enough so that you're staying current with your practice and you're just staying on top of it. We also have a lot of really interesting podcasts. We have a new student podcast that's going to be launching, I believe, this year. And then we also have one focusing on paramedic research. So if you're interested in paramedic research down the road, that's a good way to kind of gauge your interest. And then we also have a ton of recorded events and live webinars that you guys can log on to via Zoom, and you can just watch a subject matter expert, whether it's a paramedic or a physician or something, talk about something that impacts that influences paramedicine. So it could be something clinical about obstetrics or neurology, anything like that. But it also could be about building your mental health foundation so that you have a longer career and you're a little bit more resilient. So there's lots of things like that. I think we have about 1,000 different webinars on our website right now, so it's a range of topics. If it's something that you're, while you're in your studies, if you're unsure about whether, let's take like stroke, for example. If you're just like, I don't really get it, then you can go into our website and you can watch like a 30-minute to an hour-long video to hopefully give you a little bit of a refresher on how that works. And then we also have a new thing called Student Study Resources. This is basically a practice examination that you can do. You just log on to our website. We have 4 different modules right now. The one that's up there is on neurological presentations. So you go through them, you pop in your answers, click submit, it'll give you a grade, and then it'll also tell you why the answers are the answers, so you can use that as a study method as well. The other big thing that the college does is we do a lot of in-person events, the biggest of which are our conferences. So we have generally 3 to 4 big conferences every year. These rotate through cities across Australia and New Zealand. So this year we have our Critical Care Summit, which is focused on critical care paramedicine, and that'll be in Melbourne in May. We have our International Conference, which we do every single year in September. This year it's in Brisbane, but like I said, the cities rotate. And as members, you actually have access to education grants. I think it's up to $500 that you can apply for if you're interested in, like, say, going to Brizzy to interact with some paramedics and learn some new skills. Then we have lots of opportunity for our members to get some financial support as well. Then the other thing that I would say is most relevant for you guys as well is professional development. So you've just started with your paramedic careers now. It probably doesn't feel like it, but you have. And one thing that once you get closer to graduating and actually working out in the workforce, we have things to help you with your interview techniques and building CVs, so that's in our pre-employment program. And we also have the Grad Start program, which is focused on your first year of working once you're out. And that's helping you solidify your clinical skills, because sometimes when you're first out and you don't have the safety net of your university to help you, some people need that extra help, and that's what the Grad Start program is. And then we also do a lot of paramedic research mentoring, and we have the clinical hub, which is they go, I think once a month, they hop on and go through a different case on different subject matters. And then, like I said, advocacy is the big thing. One of the most recent things that we've been doing for students is kind of shining a light on student placement poverty, because we understand that when you guys are on your clinical placements, generally they're unpaid, and that's really hard for students. So it's going to the government and saying, hey, is there resources available to help you guys while you're actually in school? So it's things like that, and that one voice is not going to really, sway many people, but the 20,000 paramedics altogether, hopefully that will help. So if you're interested in joining the college today, normally it's $50 a year for students. You can use the code up there to save 10%. Once you actually are working as a paramedic, it jumps up to about $300 a year. So checking it out as a student is a really good opportunity to see if you even enjoy using the college's platform. So I'll be sticking around afterwards. So if you have any questions, just come down and chat with me. Thanks, guys.
All right, while we still have Justin up on stage, I'd also like to invite Anthea up as well. We're just going to go through some of the paramedic awards.
I think you're actually first. Okay, anyway. Hi everyone, good afternoon. I'm Anthea. I'll steal a bit of Justin's thunder. I'm one of the academic clinicians here on the teaching team. We've already met the important ones for this semester, so only remember those four. I'll see you next semester though for trauma. And that's the topic title, hopefully not the experience that I'll have with you, but, we'll wait to see. So that's me, you already know Justin, and we get to talk to you about the super exciting part of this course, this paramedicine course that sets us apart and makes us way better than any of the other paramedicine courses that you could have chosen to study. We do recognise we're at the arse end and we're between you and some food, so we'll keep it fairly brief. So you get to do the ACP plug for the research one.
Yeah. Less relevant for you guys today, but as you finish up your university degree here, going into your final year, you do a research topic for one of your classes, and the college actually supports that with an award of up to $500 every year, and then we also have a few other grants that you're eligible to apply for as well. But that's the big one. It goes to the research. I think it's the research student that has the highest grade. Something to look forward to once you are going into your third year, I believe. So yeah.
Yes. Yeah, he did his bit. That was good. Yes, a few of these awards. This is the best part about this is you've heard about all the hard work that you're going to do, and paramedics work hard, but we also love to play hard. So part of playing hard is recognising excellence and awards and celebrating success. So for that one, very important, but that is purely academic. You work super hard in your research topic, which we want you to do, and you get rewarded for it. So brilliant, you get a bit of a prize and we get to celebrate you. These other three awards that I'm going to talk to you about are like a bit more personal and a touch that hopefully you'll start to see. You've got such a great student group here, and this course has at its heart the students and the people that make that up, and that's you guys starting a part of that now. So the first award is Russ's award. So Russ was a brilliant paramedic. He was an intensive care paramedic with SAS and an amazing clinician. I was lucky enough to be a student of his and work with him as well. He unfortunately passed away in 2011 in an accident. And in his honour was established the Russell Liston Award for Paramedic Clinical Excellence. And it's a super special award because it really demonstrates the university's link with the industry partner, which is SAS, SA Ambulance Service. So to be eligible for Russ's Award, you have to be nominated by your clinical supervisors on placement. And so when you're out on placement, they see you being awesome and doing all the things that we want from a great clinician, and they nominate you. Then all those nominations are reviewed by the Paramedicine Course Committee, which is all of us, all of your teaching team here that have known you throughout the next few years before you'll be eligible for one of these awards, and also SAS Executive as well. So having your name thrown around in that meeting and hearing about yourself and the great things that you do on placement is a pretty big privilege to have, and then to be bestowed that award is something pretty special. And I don't think it's been kind of mentioned here, but you'll be out on placement in a few weeks' time. Your first placements start this semester, and so you'll start building your reputation really early on, and that'll all start to feed into what people are saying about you, and hopefully good things, so that you can be eligible for one of these awards. Sorry, can you press? Thanks. We work like this as a team. Staff's is the second award. You've heard about Staff already. He was just an amazing human, like absolutely salt of the earth, amazing human. He had a few challenges through his study time here with us, and so he was around a bit longer than most students are, which was great because he was such a big advocate for students and got along really well with his peers. As you've heard, he was FUSPA president for a couple of years, but he also got along really well with the staff as well. And he was a peer mentor for a number of years and actually created the program, or had a big part to play in creating the peer mentoring program as well. So unfortunately he got a cancer diagnosis in his internship, and upon his passing, the students and us staff, we need to do something to honour him, and hence the Stafford Wolf Paramedic Graduate of the Year Award. So this one's great because it's peer nominated, so this is one that you can probably early on start to consider, because you might want to nominate your peer mentor if they do a great job and help you out. Then you might consider putting them forward. And then later, when you're looking towards graduation, you might, nominate a friend and somebody else that's done pretty well throughout the degree. All those nominations, again, get reviewed by the course committee, and we go, yep, that is the person that we go would be the number one Flinders graduate, Bachelor of Paramedicine. That's what we would want in our, number one person. And so that's the award for you at that point. Our last one is a bit more relevant to you now, and that's Tom's award. Tom was a fantastic student, really the most perfect student that you could want. He came to us through a very long pathway to get into the degree. And he came here after a personal experience. He was a security guard at one of the big shopping centres here in Adelaide, and was involved in the successful resuscitation of one of the customers there. And from that moment, he was inspired to seek a career in paramedicine. And as a mature age student, he had to navigate some of the different ways to get through. And it's a competitive course to get into. And once he got in, he was dedicated. He was just what you want from a student that wasn't grade driven, didn't care about assessments for getting grades and whatever the numbers meant on his parchment. He knew that the knowledge that he was learning in every single class was what was going to make him be able to make a difference to his patients when he was out in the back of the truck, being the one that has to look after that person, and their life is in his hands. Unfortunately, he didn't get to do that, passed away from an accident a week before his exams in first year, and in honour of him, his family developed the Tom Sutherland Engagement Award. And so for him, this one was about just recognising a student who's a bit of a quiet achiever. There are plenty of personalities in paramedicine, big ones, and it's easy to get lost, but there are all sorts in our realm and our colleagues, and this is about, or his award is about, recognising the people that just show up, are there for the right reasons, really dedicated to doing the right thing for their patients down the track, and might not get as noticed as the others that are a bit louder in the class. So again, peer nominated. Maybe your peer mentor might nominate you, or you can nominate a friend as you start to develop them in the class over the next few months. Jared will put out a call a bit later in the year when the nominations are open, Paramedicine, and then he gets to select the worthy recipient of that award as in his role as the first year coordinator. So a couple of things for you guys to consider in terms of, looking for achievement and being able to celebrate yourself, as well as all of the hard work that you're going to do. Thank you.
Okay, thank you very much, Justin. Anthony's going to stay up here for a bit. We've got another video to watch, and then Anthony will discuss the next part. And I know we're running a little bit behind time, but not too much longer.
I am a paramedic myself, and I'm a graduate of the Flinders program back in 2016. So I couldn't be there to meet one person, but I am here to talk to you quickly about the Stafford Wolf Opportunity Scholarship, which some of you might need. Just before I get on to that, I just did want to say congratulations, firstly, getting into the course. I know it's very competitive, but much more importantly, I wanted to say to you, welcome to the ambulance family. And the reason I say that is because the ambulance community is quite unique and it's very tight-knit, and we're a community that works together very closely, and we really do care about each other. And now that you're part of our family, we really do care about you as well. One little element of that is the Stafford Wolf Opportunity Scholarship, which was founded a few years ago by staff and by myself. Staff was one of those kind of icons that you meet once or twice in a lifetime, who was really successful academically, really well respected in the ambulance community, and also just kind of loved by everyone that met him. And this scholarship is a little part of his legacy here at Flinders. So the scholarship gives a modest amount of money in semester one, which you're starting right now, to help cover some of the initial costs that you're probably facing, things like uniforms, boots, vaccinations, the like. And it's aimed at people who are facing financial hardship or financial barriers. And we set this up because we want you to be able to focus your energy right now on your studies, not on how you're going to meet those costs. Now, if you're listening and you're thinking, $500 is not that much money, that's great. You're probably not one of the people that needs it, and that's fantastic. If you instead are in the position that both staff and I were when we began the degree, and you think, wow, that would make quite a big difference in my life right now, we really want to hear from you. And we understand that hardship can come in a lot of different forms. You don't necessarily have to be on Centrelink to qualify for this scholarship. A key part of the application process is an option to write a little description or an outline of your circumstances and why this scholarship would help you. So please do apply if you think you need it. So where can you go for a bit more information? I will show you. Head to the scholarships website for Flinders, search for Stafford, and you'll find the Stafford Wolf Opportunity Scholarship, and you'll find all the information you need there. So that's really all I have to say. Once again, congratulations, welcome to the family, and good luck.
I don't really have much more to add to that. Again, trying to keep it brief, something that I always struggle with. But I'm going to give credit to Gabe as well. So both Gabe and Stafford came to me separately over the years after they'd graduated and wanted to give back. And so Staff did not want this named after him. That was a doing of Gabe and I, pushed him into it. But they very much want everybody to apply and were very clear around the fact that it's not the usual Centrelink requirements and having to justify your position and everything. They both struggled financially and as mature age students trying to get into the course and lots of things, and both talk about their times about almost dropping out in that first year. And I just happened to be their teacher at the time, and they were, like Gabe particularly came to me and he couldn't afford boots. That's why he mentioned it in the first thing there, is that he couldn't wear the uniform, and he was terrified that I wouldn't let him into class because he didn't have the correct uniform, and he just doesn't want anyone else to feel like that. So they established this scholarship before the diagnosis, before any of that sort of stuff, and just kind of wanted to give back. So if you are thinking that this would help just to get you across the line, and the whole point was about a continued kind of fund that once you graduate, you're out there hopefully working successfully as a paramedic, earning money, you can always donate back into the scholarship. So they really wanted it to look more as a, hence the opportunity thing and not just a handout type situation. So please do consider that genuinely as another part of the support that is offered here. Thanks, Jared.
Thank you very much. Okay, as we wind up and get to the end, quick video that's come all the way from Wellington to me yesterday from Lucy and Angus. Lucy graduated from here in 21 and Angus in 23, and they're both paramedics with the Wellington Free Ambulance Service. So across the ditch in New Zealand.
Hey guys, my name's Angus, this is Lucy. We were both Bachelor of Paramedicine graduates from Flinders University, and we're both now working for Wellington Free Ambulance. Loved our time at Flinders, I'm sure you guys all will too, whether it's getting out on the road and having your placements with SA Ambulance Service or just being around campus and spending time with mates, definitely some highlights over there.
Hey, I'm Lucy. Flinders Uni was a really awesome experience for me. Highlights would be the practical workshops, getting to learn all the new skills, and also just getting to meet the new people.
Since graduating, we both ended up travelling across the Tasman Sea, ended up in New Zealand, Wellington, and working for Wellington Free Ambulance now. Would highly recommend coming across when you guys get to the end of your studies. It's a really small and tight-knit community. It's not like a really big service, so everyone tends to know everyone, and you get to have a really supported sort of recruitment, and then also supported throughout your internship and then beyond.
Yeah, like Angus said, it is a small community over here, so you feel really supported and you get to know everyone really well. We also have quite a large scope of practice as paramedics over here, so we get to do a lot of skills that would normally require intensive care training in a lot of other services.
But very thankful to Flinders, trained us up and gave us that fundamental base with a lot of knowledge about pathophys, anatomy and other paramedic skills that we can now apply in real life, gaining on experience and seeing real patients and helping real people.
Yeah, we hope you guys have a great time studying paramedicine at Flinders Uni, and all the best.
Yeah. And just, so good that with Flinders you can head out overseas. The degree trains you to go anywhere, whether it's staying local, heading interstate or across to New Zealand. So hopefully you come over here and see us soon.
Yeah, see ya.
Okay, and now I'd like to introduce another 2023 graduate, Sophie, who's pretty much finishing off her paramedic internship now with SA Ambulance Service. So.
Hi everyone, my name's Sophie. I'm a former Flinders paramedic student and now I'm a paramedic intern with SAS. I just wanted to start by saying a huge congratulations to all of you for getting into the degree. It's really exciting and a huge achievement, so you should all be really proud of yourselves. I'm really excited to be back today just to talk to you guys a little bit about my journey at Flinders and what it's like being an intern with SAS. So I graduated high school in 2020 and then went straight into starting the degree at Flinders in 2021. For me, paramedicine was always something that kind of sparked my interest. I knew I wanted to do something in healthcare, but it wasn't really until I started my degree at Flinders that I realised that paramedicine was what I really wanted to do, and now I couldn't see myself doing anything else. I thoroughly enjoyed studying at Flinders. I especially loved how practical-based the degree is. You get to do lots of hands-on learning and skills and scenario practice in class, and then you have your health topics and your other patho topics which really help you to build a solid foundation of knowledge. Something really special about this degree is that you get to work so closely with your peers, and you really will make lifelong friends that you'll carry with you throughout your career. Personally, I came into the degree as quite a shy and quiet person, but through the degree and collaborating with my peers and being pushed out of my comfort zone, this degree really helped me to increase my confidence and set me up to be the intern that I am today. So I was lucky enough to commence my internship with SAS in September of last year. The internship itself is also a huge learning journey, but Flinders really set me up well and prepared me for this, especially through all of the placements that you get to do with SAS throughout the degree. Something I love most about being paramedic is that it's a constant learning journey, and every day you see or experience something new and have something new to learn about, which I find really interesting. I also love how you get to meet new people every day, and you can really be that trusted person or a comfort to people, which can be for them the most scariest or hardest time of their life. I find this to be really fulfilling and really rewarding every day. My biggest advice for all of you would be to not be afraid to get pushed out of your comfort zone when you're at uni. This will help you to develop and grow. Don't be afraid to make mistakes and ask lots of questions, and to put yourself out there and just give things a go. And most of all, just enjoy every moment of your time at Flinders and the time you spend with your peers, because before you know it, you'll be finished. So thank you guys so much for listening, and if you do have any other questions or anything, feel free to come and find me after.
Thank you, Sophie. Thank you. Okay. Thanks to Sophie for that as well. One thing to remember is you're actually being taught and trained by us, and obviously on the road. I could now rock up to work with Sophie and be paired up with her in an ambulance. So basically we're training our future colleagues, if you look at it from that way as well. One more special guest speaker. Very quickly, we have Will Aikens from Student Administration Services, just to quickly run you through what they do if you need some type of support in the exec-ish type side, pretty much.
Hi everyone, my name is Will. I am here to speak on behalf of Student Administration Services, also confusingly for you guys known as SAS. I suppose there's a central SAS service which you may be familiar with already, so that's teams like finance, admissions, and also some central enrolment services, but also each college has their own SAS team. So I am from Medicine and Public Health. If you've got any questions around, I forgot my slides again. So we will basically help you with any questions you've got around the administrative side of your course. So that might be enrolments or class registrations, and also assessment questions. Hopefully you won't have any of those and everything will go amazingly, but if you do, please don't hesitate to reach out to us, and if we don't know the answer, we will try and help you find it or link you in with the person who knows best. Our course advisors work very closely with topic and course coordinators to make sure that your study plans are all good, if that's the help you need. And I suppose, as it says on the screen, the best contact is to go through Ask Flinders, and that'll be sent through to your specific college team. Alternately, you can contact us by phone or email, or you can walk to the office if you want, but that is in the Flinders Medical Centre opposite the Medical Library. Just a couple of quick things. If you do contact us, it's best to have your student ID handy, then we can identify you as quick as possible and help you find the best answer as soon as possible. And I think that's it. Yeah. Thanks, guys.
All right. I know you're all eager and keen for a bit of a snack and then to head downstairs and do a bit of CPR and hopefully join FUSPA and ACP and see what everyone else can offer. So just quickly, before we conclude this session, I'd like to thank all of our guest speakers this afternoon and our still holders that are downstairs for their time. I'd also like to thank the college and the university support staff who've been working with me for the last 3 months so we can put this session together for you. And I'd also like to thank all our peer mentors and peer educators for volunteering their time yesterday and today to help out with this session, as their roles play such an integral part not only to this session, but also to the support we can offer you as our new first year students. I'd also like to thank all of you for attending today, and I look forward to supporting you as you start your degree here at Flinders. And finally, if I can quote elements of an F1 fan favourite and my favourite former, unfortunately, driver, Daniel Ricciardo. Bit of a quote from him, I've reworded a bit. Enjoy the butterflies, enjoy being naive, enjoy the nerves, the pressure. Enjoy the process of making a name for yourself and meeting some great people along the way. There is a lot of worldly people in this field that you can laugh with, learn from, and enjoy some moments with. Stay focused, build, grow, learn from yourself. Most importantly, don't forget what got you here. Thank you.